I just do not understand why people like crawfish so much. The ROI on crawfish is just simply not high enough. I shouldn't have to work 3.5 minutes to unfold this crawfish to get a kibble bits size of seafood into my system. It's just not worth it. And if you think about it, crawfish is nasty. You're eating the crickets of the sea. If you're out here getting mad about what I'm saying right now, how about you go outside to a street corner, pick a cricket up off the street, and go and boil that? That's the same thing you're doing. You're just doing the aquatic version of that. I remember in high school I was dating this girl and her family was huge into crawfish, and they invited me to their crawfish boil because they knew I've never really had it before. As I go to her house, they're doing the whole thing. They put all these critters inside of this basket, put into the water or whatever it is, and all the steam goes up. After they're done cooking it, they throw it all onto the table. Now it's time to enjoy this crawfish. I didn't know what I was supposed to do. I just saw a bunch of Mr. Krabs just sitting around me. I was like, all right, how do we eat this? I go ahead and grab my crawfish and I'm just looking at it with its antennas looking at me. I'm like, oh my God, I'm looking at a cockroach right now that just came from the underworld. They're like, you just have to peel the shell off, then you'll get to the meat. I'm like, okay, that's not really functional, but I'll do that. So I start to manufacture this crawfish, pulling off limbs, pulling off its backbone. This better be the best tasting food that I've ever had if I'm about to work this hard for my food. As I'm doing manual labor to enjoy cuisine, I finally get to the slab of the meat and I pull it out, and I kid you not, the amount of meat that I got out of this crawfish was no longer than a toenail. And I'm like, okay, what is the point of this? I begin to digest this crawfish and I'm like, that's it? That's the apex of this story? That's why we're all working so hard sitting around this table? That's like going to a steakhouse and they just throw the slab of raw meat on there and like, you figure it out. Everybody's gonna be like, oh, it's about the experience. You're supposed to enjoy peeling it and getting to the meat and then eating it. I just don't understand that. That's like you going to McDonald's and you want some french fries and they just hand you a whole potato and they're like, you deep fry it. And then all you get out of it is one little single string of french fry. It's just not worth it, is it? It tastes great, just not worth it. I'm about to get attacked for saying that.